What is going on, my crypto dudes? Looking to make 300 plus per day as a side income so that you can finally quit your day job shilling cheeseburgers at the Burger King drive-thru. And today we have a good update because it's all about playing poker with crypto. Poker, in my opinion, has always been a game of skill, and a place I've been playing for the last 8 years is Ignition Poker. This is strictly a crypto poker site that has high traffic, million-dollar tournaments, and relatively easy to beat competition at mid-state games. And instead of just talking about them, I would like to go over a recent session where we locked in a nice winner playing pretty standard poker and not doing anything too fancy. Of course, if you guys would like to get started on here and start raking in those large pots, there will be some bonus links you can check out directly below in the description and comments. Please tap that like and let's get into these hands. Okay, pretty standard open raise here, first to act. Small 3-bet. I hate when people do the small 3-bet. I absolutely hate it. Now, a couple things I could do here. I could 4-bet this. I could jam on him. I mean, not completely unreasonable. So there are some different things I could do. Now, we have one player who made the call. Now it's on me. I opted just to shove on this guy. Now, ideally, both players fold. This guy did make the call. The odds of him having pocket aces or pocket kings obviously go way down because we have an ace and a king in our hand. It's still possible, but less likely. We could also be up against like ace king, maybe ace queen suited, those type of hands. But, you know, I decided to shove with it because he had half a stack. And I'm really just hoping we have 2 live cards. And we do, man. I mean, we have the same exact hand. This is going to go a split pot. I thought this was kind of a funny one to start things off here. All right. If he had a pocket pair, we would have been in trouble. If he had ace-queen, like an ace-queen suited, we're taking it down. Ace-jack, we're taking it down as well. But that's just not how it played out. All right, pretty standard fold here. Definitely not 3-betting this. You know, I didn't get too out of line in this session either. I really just, and sometimes you don't have to. I mean, obviously you do want to mix up your play, throw in those bluffs. You know, protect your big and small blinds with 3-bets from late position raisers. But sometimes, you know, you can just play straight up for the most part and do pretty good. All right, seems like neither of these players have anything. Maybe somebody at the queen. Maybe. He put in a bet right there. Maybe he had a queen. All right, another garbage hand. Going to throw this one into the muck. And yeah, let me know too, guys. Do you guys like seeing the full sessions? You know, typically I don't play over an hour and a half. So, you know, if we started getting up there with those, you know, I'm just wondering if you guys would like to see hand for hand how I'm playing. But you kind of are in this one. It's just a little bit of a shorter one, I guess, because, you know, we got our profit and then we kind of like got out for the day, which is sometimes the best way to do it. Okay, yeah, but the 10-8, I'm going to fold this one. I'm going to fold this puppy. Player 3 doing his thing. Up a few $100, probably feeling good about himself. All right, another fold here. Not playing that crap. This guy kicked it up to 1750, and then we've got our first to act limp over here. It definitely feels like the guy who limped probably has like a pocket pair, maybe suited connectors. The ace out there, to me, maybe no one has an ace. I think somebody's got an ace, and they're just slow playing it here. Hard to know. All right, 8 on the turn. Really just got the ace out there. It feels like somebody might have a pocket pair, and they're afraid of the ace. That's what it feels like here. Let's see if I'm right, if we get to see a showdown. Come on, player one. All right, so player one was slow playing the ace. He had the ace-6 suited. That was pretty sneaky. But I do like his raise in that spot, last to act. And then you got, you know, the two other players on next to you. I like that play. That was a good play. Player two taking forever here. All right, standard raise here from the small blind, big blind protecting, ace out there. Usually a continuation bet will take this down most of the time. He went kind of small though. Ooh, this guy raised. I think he smells weakness. All right, turn card's a 10. This is interesting. Player three's been playing kind of tight. Player two doesn't believe it, though. Somebody's got an ace here. It feels like somebody's got an ace. Yeah, I was going to say player three is probably going to go for a monster sizing here. You know, it's tough, but a part of me thinks player three is bluffing. Let's see if this guy... No, he didn't make the call. That was a really good bet. $200 into that. I'm telling you, I definitely think maybe just... I just think it was a bluff. I think he made a really good play right there. Didn't seem like two pair. It just seemed like a bluff. All right, player two is probably a little bit tilted now after losing a couple hands back to back, but he makes a disciplined fold, so maybe he's not tilting just yet. And like I said, guys, continue sticking with me because we do have some good spots coming up here, but just going over it hand for hand in this one. Four, 4, 7. Ace on the turn. A lot of aces, man. I feel like we're seeing an ace every flop. Somebody going to bet that ace? Nope. Okay. If somebody had a 4 here, that would be very sneaky. This one feels like it's just going to check down. And it did. Nobody had anything. All right, this hand was definitely a good one. I slowed it down a little bit so you guys could, see what was going on here. But we are in the big blind with a, suited queen 6. This is a hand that I would always recommend protecting, especially with anybody raising you. I mean, we are dealing with a $35 raise, but the thing is, we already have a little bit of money into it, and I decided to make a call here. Plus, it's a cash game. You don't know. Maybe we get 3 diamonds or 3 6s hitting the board would be kind of crazy. You never know is what I'm saying. So protecting here, being cautious with this hand, but protecting, making a call, and seeing what happens, I think is definitely pretty standard here. So I figured that guy would make the call too. And not a terrible flop because we still have a 7 could give us a straight. We've got runner cards for flushes. Who knows if we pair a queen on the turn, that could be good here too. It's possible. So, you know, not a terrible flop, and one that we're going to still continue with here. Unless somebody like shoves all in, then we're going to give it up. This guy put in a $21 bet. Kind of weird that he's open raising this, so I don't know what he's trying to say he has or what he has. But like I said, we're going to play this hand cautiously, but we're not going anywhere. So I'm going to make the call. All right, turn card was a deuce. Didn't really change too much. Now our flush is dead, but now we have a 3 or a 7 to the straight. And look at this. I would say the 3 was probably the perfect card because if this guy's got an ace, he's screwed. He's never folding here. He's always making a call. It's not, and you know, I just had to figure out like what sizing to go with here. He came over the top, which is exactly what we wanted. And he had an ace. So, you know, the fact that I had a 6 there and the way that hand just worked out, it was perfect. It was like perfection. Yeah, definitely happy about how that one played out, which is why you should consider protecting with hands like that. Just being cautious with them and, you know, figuring out if it makes sense to continue, you know, make a flop call, and then, you know, see a river card. I mean, you just have to figure if it makes sense. In that situation, it worked out for us, and that is what we call taking down a nice podcast. But we still got some good stuff coming up here because we are not done. We are not done by any means. All right, we got 2 flush draws out there. We got the 2s. You know, I just feel like player 2's tilted at this point. It seems that way. Interesting river. All right, folded that one. And yeah, I mean, you're seeing that I am folding a lot of hands in this. I'm not really bluffing too much because, like I said, I just didn't really need to in this one. 5, 10, 7 flush draws out there. All right, folded this one. Player 3 is still in the profit, like $400. Yeah, that guy's playing good, player 3, in this one. I really like that bluff, or if it was a bluff, that $200 play he made. That was a good one. If it was me in that spot earlier, I would have made that call against him. Player 3 taking down another pot. Good for him. All right, another 8-10, folded that garbage. All right, neither of these guys probably have anything. The freaking 10-8. Come on, man, 10-8. Okay, king, queen. Let's do this. A very good hand to be in the big blind with. Player 2, I think he open raises. Let's see. All right, he open raises is 1750, and based on his position, I decided just to call. I think three betting. I think calling here is probably better. If I was suited with the king queen, I'd three bet it, but we're not suited, so it's a little bit different. You know, plus this guy's opening 1750. He's basically saying he's got a really strong hand, so he could be up against pocket pairs, ace king, those type of things. You got to be aware of all of it, right? Anyways, just gonna make the call and let's see the flop. All right, so we did pair the king. Now we do have flush possibilities out there. We could also be up against an ace king. It's possible. So just going to wait and see what this guy does. All right, he bet very small. That's a very small continuation. Turn card was a 3. That was a great card. Now, at this point, I'm thinking we're definitely ahead here. But he did throw me off a little bit, so check this out. Yeah, he bet $77. How do we fold here? It's just like he went from 11 to 70. I called. River card was a diamond and put a 3 out there, so now I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, what do you have? Because that was such a strange bet on the turn. Maybe he was bluffing this. Maybe he's got ace king. Maybe he's got pocket aces. I have no idea. I'm really just hoping that we can just kind of either check this down or he puts in a bet that's not an all-in, because that would be tough too. So tough one here. It definitely felt to me like he was going to go for a jam here, or just like a big river bet, one of the two. Jamming would be sick, but he checked it. He was weak, and we had nothing to worry about. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed another one here. You know, we played good poker in this. I didn't have to do anything crazy, no crazy bluffs, and just good stuff. You know, if you made it to the end here, please tap that like.